Hello fellow Magic players, this is a game between Core's new Twiddle-Vault deck and myself. Core is the brother of Asbjørn, who I played just before with and he was on Disco Trolls. So he starts out with a Sylvan Library, and I go for a Time Walk, and then I Mind Twist him for 2. I've played Twiddle-Vaults a bunch before, but not, it was as Core's deck, it was over Skype against a player from Copenhagen. And my experience from those games was that I have about 5 to 7 turns before they go infinite. So I have to kill him in about that time frame. He uses Time Twister. This is round 2, mind you. And yeah, I have one rather large advantage against Twiddle-Vault with my deck, and that is that I run 4 main board Underworld Dreams. And those are quite nasty. If I get one of those fellas down, it doesn't matter if he goes infinite, because that just equals infinite damage. And Twiddle-Vault uses Howling Minds usually, so that just compounds the problem for him. But so that's, I don't think my deck, it doesn't stand, it's not a bad matchup for my deck, Twiddle-Vault, or it shouldn't be, but I don't know. Okay, so this is the second turn. It's my third turn because I time walked, so I'm emptying my hand to get out a Single Vampire, and then I wheel. So I do this in order to get a bigger card advantage. He has Sylvan Library down, and what I really want is just to get the Underworld Dreams out ASAP. But I have a Singear. So yeah, here comes the first Howling Mine and the first Twiddle-Vault, or the first Time Vault. And he twiddles, okay. I don't think he uses that much removal. I haven't seen that many white duels from him yet. But at this point I have no idea what he plays and what colors he uses, except from what I see on the board. So it seems to be a primarily blue-green version. And then he wheels. Okay, so we're drawing a lot of cards. I really wish I had one of those Underworld Dreams out at this point. Well, it would have been a wholly different game then. He would have taken like 30 damage by now. So it would have been rather different. Okay, so he just expands and expands and expands. It's the Lotus. Brain Geyser. Mind you, this is still my second round if I hadn't time walked. So it shows us how much those rounds, how long times those rounds can take when you go against Twiddle-Vault. It takes forever. Core is one of the people that has probably one of the larger collections locally. He has just been buying cards from the beginning and trading cards, and he's in the fortunate situation that he can just brew a new deck on the fly. So he made this Twiddle-Vault deck right after the Swedes came out and unrestricted the Time Vault. Whereas the rest of us mortals, well, we have to. I think I spent over a year just getting the cards for this mono black iteration with all kinds of tweaks. Okay, so I strip mine, I sinkhole. Oh, I changed the play here. I time walk before the sinkhole with the time walk in the bank, or on the stack, on the bank. The reason for this is I don't know if he plays Force Spike. I have actually no idea what he plays. And I didn't want him to force spike the Time Walk, and he could do that if that was the last card I played. So it's just a precaution that I use the Sinkhole as the last card. It's these... In this game it doesn't really matter, but sometimes these small details can make a world of difference. And it can make or break a game. So we have an Underworld Dreams now down. And I haven't seen that much white mana from him yet, so I wonder if he can remove it. If he can't, then he's well, then I actually think that Underworld Dreams will kill him. I mean, he takes 4 damage each turn from it. Now he untaps again. Okay, he has a Chaos Orb now. And he uses it on the Underworld Dreams, I take it? Yeah. That was a pretty quick flip, and he's dead. So, situation transformed from being under my control to being not that great anymore. He has a lot of mana. Okay, now he transmutes for a second Howling Mine. And I think Howling Mines are probably one of the key cards of his deck. He needs all the card draws he can get in order to get as much Twiddles as he can. Yeah, now he goes infinite. And he just talks me through it. In reality, I asked him to play out the game, and then after about 10 to 15 minutes, I let him have it. He will twiddle, and keep on doing that with recalls until he gets comfortable with getting a Mirror Universe and a Fireball out. Then he'll trade life with me and just Fireball me away. And there's nothing I can do. So yeah, Time Vault takes the first one. It's an interesting deck. There's not much interaction between us. So I don't think it would be the type of deck I'd want to play myself as a main deck. But the fun thing about it is that it's so different from any other types of deck you play against. So it's like a different world. It doesn't do damage to you, and the amount of life he has is, well, it's not that important. If he has 1 life or 20 life, what's important is that you get him before he goes infinite. As I said, about 5 to 7 rounds is my experience. I think he went infinite here at about round 5. My round 5. Maybe round 4 because I time walked. So he mulligans. He gets the library. Scry. Okay, and I'm on the play since I lost. Going for Dark. Yeah, okay. Dark Ritual into Underworld Dreams. It's a solid start for me. There's a Felbostone out. He doesn't want to use his library as a card engine because I imagine he just wants to draw into a Howling Mine. Yeah, he got one there. And then he can... Okay, but he went for the Chaos Orb first. I bolt him before it's my turn. And then I put down a Spectra. And uses the Chaos Orb against the Underworld Dreams. So now he's staring down on a Hypnotic Spectre. That's actually a bad card against him as well. I think he probably doesn't like my deck very much. That's a Howling Mine. Okay, if he gets his draw engine up there, Hypnotic Spectre doesn't do that much, but he can't remove it. And he can just, if he gets the wrong cards, he's just done. Like this, the balance. Okay, yeah, so he just ends the game there. He can't remove it, and the balance was his out. I had a Wheel of Fortune, but without a wheel out, without a kill condition, I'd probably be reluctant to play it. I think one of the main reasons I lost the other game was because there was too many draw 7s in the beginning. He twisted, and then I wheeled, and then he wheeled. So he could go infinite so much fast, so fast, because he drew so many hands. So I'll take care not to do that as much in the future. Okay, this is really bad for him. He starts out with a Silver Library and a Howling Mine in turn 1. This is usually a great start for him, probably an almost perfect start, but I counter with an Underworld Dreams turn 1. So now he takes 4 damage each draw step. And if he time walks, if he Ancestrals or Time Twister, it'll just punish him further. So there's an upper limit to how much magic he can play with a dream out. All those spells, all that draw engine will kill him. So yeah, I'm trying just to holding him back by destroying his mana. I think that's the first priority. Oh, well, the dreams are the first priority, but then it's just slowing him down. But it's very difficult. Yes, he's fully powered. He has so much. So then he uses Time Twister. That's 7 more damage. He doesn't care. He just needs the engine to go off. Well, he needs to draw into a Chaos Orb. I think perhaps that's his only out against the Underworld Dreams. But if he gets it, then he can go infinite. There's another 4 damage. It's so rough on him. But he has a lot of mana. And I'm pulling the dice out. The dice reads 1. He's at 1 life. He's very close to go infinite. I remember the first game that I lost, he was down at 6 life, and I would have killed him if I had got just 1 more attack phase. But I never got one, because he went infinite just the round before. So it might be the same situation here. I mean, he's at 1 life. I don't know why he doesn't use the orb immediately. I mean, if I draw into a red mana, he doesn't know if I have shatters. I mean, we didn't sideboard against each other because, like Asbjørn and like Morten, Core hadn't brought a sideboard for this evening. Had we used sideboards, I'd had Energy Flux and Shatters against him, and Red Blasts. But he'd probably have all sorts of nasty stuff against me as well, like Abyss, and more enchantment removal perhaps. Okay, so then I Mind Twist him and he counters immediately. Oh yeah, and then I disintegrate him for 1. So that was the end of that. That was the reason that I knew that he had enough for 1 counterspell, so I used the Twister, the Mind Twist first, and kept the Lotus in hand. So he didn't know that I could get more mana out of it. And then I just tapped out, Mind Twisting him for everything except 1 card, and he had to counterspell it. And then I could just play the Lotus after that and disintegrate for 1, keeping 1 mana in the mana pool. So here we go again. Final round. He starts out with the Chaos Orb, so now he's insured. I start up with the Library of Alexandria. It's usually a great card to start with, but I'm not sure I have the time to use it that much here. But he opts to kill it, and I don't think I'd agree with that play, because with all the Howling Mines and stuff, it doesn't matter. Oh, okay, that was the reason. He got it straight back. Then I suppose it makes sense, because it also stops my mana production. So without the lower, I might as well just use my hand. draw into several dark rituals, I'm pretty lucky here, because this is the speed I need. So that's 5 damage. I'm thinking about something here. Yeah, I tutor. I should probably get a time walk here on Undual Dreams if I have the mana for it. Yeah, okay. He concedes. Okay. He can't keep up. There's too much aggro. Yeah, okay. I had the time open that I could burn him. So that was a very fast game as well. It's usually like this against Twiddle-Vault. You either win very quickly, or once he settles in, you'll lose, but it'll take time. So that's why I cut down the first video, because it's like 15 minutes of him playing with himself. Okay, so we actually have more rounds than I anticipated. So we have another one here. That's the 5th game. And he mulligans. And I keep. Well, he has a balance and an ancestral recall. So that's probably good enough, I'd imagine. And he also has a Sylvan Library. And I have a lower again. Okay, he uses ancestral recall before it's his turn at my end step. Now he has the Lotus, the Ruby, Mana Vault. Getting out a Howling Mine, getting out a Sylvan Library by using the Lotus for green mana. Okay, so he's like exploding all over the board. And the lower is, as anticipated, is not that much. It's not that important at this point. But I might as well use it. And getting the dreams out. So, this is so evil against him. So now he takes 4 damage his turn again. And he can't Twiddle-Vault out of it. He really needs a Chaos Orb now. I think perhaps if I were Core in this situation, I'd probably try to keep two blue manas up in order to counter the Underworld Dreams. But anyway, he empties his hand and then casts Balance. So I respond by casting Lightning Bolt, and he counters that. So now we're at 0 cards. He balanced down to 1 card. This is all just to slow me down, because he knows that he just needs to have enough time to stabilize and get rid of that Underworld Dreams, and then he can take off into the infinite universe. But it's just brutal. I mean, 4 damage each turn, and I'm not even moving a muscle, not attacking anything. Yeah, he can't keep up. It's too much. Those Underworld Dreams, they're like the perfect counter against him. So, yeah, thanks for that. Good games. So that was 4-1, I think. So 4 victories and a defeat. I suppose that's okay. That's at this point, I'm not that scared about the new unrestriction of Time Vault. It could be broken against other kinds of decks, but against mine, it's just a nice matchup for me, because I use those dreams. Perhaps if he splashed for white and got some discharge in, he would stand a better chance. I'd imagine that would be his next course of action. But knowing Core, he would probably change deck again when we meet again, probably to a Eureka deck, or the deck. He plays all kinds of setups. But that was it for this evening. Thank you for watching.